let me call on Dr. CM. Oga CM, please unmute yourself and speak to us. You're the next on the table. Then we'll come to Mr. Jonathan before Mr. Ike. Oga CM,
Okay.
good evening to you once again.
Yeah.
Talk to us. What's your take?
Thank you. Thank you, NAIJA Watch. Good evening, everybody. Please, all protocols duly observed. Actually, the interview with Dr. Osman Bugaje, I've watched it. I mean, I've listened to it twice, to be honest, and on a particular night. I think that was 2 nights ago, yesterday night. What the man is saying, like you said, he's saying the truth. You can see embarrassment written all over them. But the funny thing about all this is that, you know, they brought Tinubu because sometimes if you do not understand Nigeria and the game people play or the politicians play or regional ethnic games, you can't know. They deliberately know that Tinubu is incapable. All this forgery they are saying, they know. Why I say they know was in 2007 when Atiku fell off, had a misunderstanding with Obasanjo. Atiku want to contest. And yeah, and the PDP, Obasanjo has succeeded in bringing Yaradua, former governor of Katsina State, after 8 years. Atiku said, by right, I'm the VP. I should contest under PDP. But Obasanjo prefer Yaradua because of his problem with Atiku. Now Atiku left. Tinubu sensed a political gain. Remember, they used to be AD since 1999 in the Southwest. But by 2003, Obasanjo promised them that let them vote for him so that he get a second term. Tell the Southwest, vote for me, but retain your AD. I'm not interested in your AD. Be your party, but vote for me as the national. You know, they play it. In the end, Obasanjo rigged the thing using Marius Iwu, the worst election rigging ever, and got a PDP in all the states. So because of that, except Tinubu, so Tinubu and Obasanjo were not seeing eye to eye. So Tinubu quickly saw a political gain and approached Atiku. When he approached Atiku, Atiku agreed to use AC or ACN, they call it then, to run. So, but Tinubu said he want to be vice to Atiku. Atiku said, no, I don't want Muslim. That was what deepened their enmity. He said, I don't want a. He said, no. He said, I can accept a Christian from the Southwest or nobody, but not, what is it called? Not a Muslim. So Tinubu said, okay, if that is the case. So Tinubu now came back and told them to vote for Yaradua. Let them forget about Atiku. The only state Atiku won then was I think either Osun State. So the thing has been there. Now, when Atiku came out again, when they did ACN, he wanted now to contest. Tinubu come, he said he doesn't want it again. So there's a news magazine called The Week. People might not know. THEWEEK. The Week. It was funded by Atiku. The editor then was this Simon Kolawole working for This Day. They wanted to publish because the thing was so bitter. Atiku was so bitter what Tinubu was doing at the background. So they wanted to expose everything about Tinubu. They've done everything. So Tinubu quickly went to Atiku and said, please tell your boys. The week. It's like they've advertised that they want to publish it in a week's time. So Atiku told them to keep quiet. So all these things, the North, all this Bugaje, Osman Bugaje, Kawu Baraje, all those people. This was, by the way, this Dr. Osman Bugaje was the one that said the oil in the Niger Delta, the oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa. People should not be talking all this nonsense. The oil in the Niger Delta in Bayelsa, Ijoland, it belongs to Jigawa. That was the man that said it. So sometimes when people are playing all these things, they think some of us, my memory has not calcified, so I know all this. This was the man. Then what they put Tinubu was they never knew this will be like this because their intention was to stop Obi. Igbo man should not rule. So that before you know it, they will now use it to say, okay, they bring in somebody from the northeast, maybe Kashim, who helped them to bring Boko Haram to remove Jonathan. That is the game. so that eventually, that's why the North kept quiet. They don't want to join. If you notice, people carrying this, apart from Atiku that went to Chicago, because Atiku has a personal distance to fight because he's not too popular in the North. Apart from him, the real North, all those caliphate they're making, they are silent. They just kept quiet to see how this thing will play out between Igbo, Southeast and Southwest, or South and Southwest, all this. So if it happens that Tinubu can cope, they remove him now because they know. Because they are the people that brought it. Have you had Rufai speak? The likes of Rufai that was making noise during Jonathan. Have you had Rufai say anything? You won't. So all these things we know is a game. So that when they come and they say yes, Tinubu will, we've removed him, we put in Shetima. Maybe Shetima will just say okay, power return to the North, just to stop Igbo man from getting out. What he's saying, we know is the truth. Tinubu is incapable. They know. Even what FBI will release, all of them know. A man like this, they all know, but they don't want to say the whole truth. We're just saying sheer incompetence. Tinubu should change his team. You people that brought him, why not help him? Are you telling me that if tomorrow Peter Obi gets in, we won't be making suggestions, say, calibers like this are supposed to be in power? We can say it. It doesn't mean that we are forcing him on him. We might say, now that they've declared Peter Obi winner, we expect that Peter Obi should look for somebody like this to manage. We'll be making suggestions. Have they ever said it? All of them kept quiet. Tinubu was fumbling. They are now looking to say, hey, before you know it, they cash on it. Why? Because Tinubu helped them to cover all the atrocities of Buhari. They came down south. Most southern politicians are aware of what Buhari was. All those rubbish gave them money. But Tinubu placed his resources, TVC, TV Continental, Nations newspaper, and then funding. He funded it. That bullion van was allowed so that he can bring in money. They distributed. So Tinubu, that's why Tinubu said he made Buhari president. And he did. So he said the agreement was, when you go, you have to hand over to me under whatever guise. So that is it. And if they had failed to announce Tinubu, he would have exposed Nigeria. And when he exposed it, they know Peter Obi is coming for an area they didn't expect. So when he comes in, it's not that he's going to favor him. I know Peter, but all those whatever nonsense they are getting, those benefits, those whatever, all those traps they say, Peter Obi won't tolerate it. He will say merit, everybody go and marry. Oil theft will stop. Even oil block, the people of Niger Delta may even control their resources. So all these things they are saying is just that the guy is disappointed because there is no better person they will use to retain power than Tinubu, a man who has got a lot of negativities, so that when they put in there, they are watching how it's gonna play out. Of course, what he said is realistic to it, but because of this type of credit, man, sometimes I've leave the message and check the credibility of the messenger. If it's this type of person that said the oil in Bayelsa belong to Jigawa, he said it. It's on tape. The oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. He was even talking nonsense. People should stop saying all this nonsense that doesn't worth anything. The oil flows from the desert into the sea, and the oil believes in. There's one theory of landmass. He said 70% of Nigerian land is in the north. Therefore, the resources there's. If you just you're on Nigeria Watch, I think people should go and research that film. That video. When I listened to this man, I knew these are the problem. Forget about him trying to say something now. Let him deny that he did not say oil in Jigawa, oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. Then the gold in Zamfara, does it belong to Akwa Ibom? Or does it belong to Edo State or Delta or Anambra? So these are the type of people that are Confucianists. What he said, of course, we know that Tinubu is incapable. He hasn't said anything different. Some of us know.
Oga is part of the Oga, this is one of the things I said. Once it's affecting them, that is when they come out to
exactly. It's true. So that's why when I look at it, of course, if it's another person saying it, one might just say, well, we've won something like a convert. People seeing it the way we see it here on NAIJA platform. But this is a man that he said the people of Niger Delta should not even talk. That oil belongs to them. Can you imagine the arrogance? And he said nothing happened till today. So when they now come out to start to, they are shaking because they know that their trap of using Tinubu to retain power is shaky. Now everybody is not trying to say, it's a shame, and the people are doing this. The certificate should have been handled. If look, if you give party APC or any political party said screen the certificates of all your candidates before you submit to INEC. No, if you like, go and bring God in heaven. They will tell you that Tinubu certificate was screened. These are the people. Why didn't he criticize INEC? Mahmoud, the one that allegedly accepted money to declare Tinubu. So when I look at people like this, and then that brings me again to the issue of INEC you read out. You know, when you are reading about the letter of those senior INEC staff, you see, they are complaining because he said INEC chairman is awarding contract to benefit only him. So if it has been awarding it to benefit all of you, everybody will keep quiet. Nobody is talking about the criminality of INEC even up. Look at the election of 2023. Look at the nonsense they did. So all their grievance was welfare. That the man is corrupt, is awarding contracts only to benefit. That's what I listened to it. I saw the sentence to benefit him. So if Mahmoud has not being awarded contract that all of you are benefiting. So no problem. You would have said INEC is the best INEC chairman we've got. When you know that INEC under his watch that is, in fact, threw Nigeria into confusion. If not because of that man, we wouldn't be where we are today. So that is I think that keys into this your quotation. The crime, the criminality or the evil you celebrate today may come in future to harm you, and that is what is happening. So Kawu Baraje, what is the name? Osman Bugaje. This is a trained person, although he went to say he studied PhD in Islamic history in Sudan. These are the type of people. When a man like, let's leave Tinubu, when a man like this is saying on national TV that the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa, what is he trying to? What does he? So people in Bayelsa are not human beings. I'm not from Bayelsa State, but this is the man. That is the oil in Bayelsa belongs to Jigawa. I think that's maybe he comes from Jigawa State. So he's not trying to tell them that forget about that oil. He knows where the oil is. He knows the state where the oil is inside. But he said that state do not own it. The people that own it are the people somewhere in Jigawa State. And what if it's an Igbo man that said this? What if it's an Igbo man that said the oil in Jigawa, oil in Bayelsa belongs to Anambra? People will say, see him. Or he said the gold in Zamfara belongs to Enugu State or Imo State. They will say, see? You see it? You see what we are telling you? You see why we fought the civil war? You see it? Now, how can somebody gold be in Zamfara and you are telling me it belongs to Abia State? People will say, you see it? That's why you had owners. But look at the man who said it. Now, today is coming to come and do hand like this, analyzing this. Well, I know them. You can't fool me. What he said, we know. Even if without him saying it, all of us here, we all know, we all are aware what is going on. In fact, we even know, we are even ahead of him, going by what he's saying, unless he doesn't want to say the whole truth. But who are you? What if they ask him, do you still regret saying that this is, have you corrected it? The oil in oil will be in Bayelsa, degradation in Bayelsa, environmental problem in Bayelsa. They will pollute their water, they will drink. But the oil belongs to you. And that is one Nigeria. When people talk, say, oh, Nigeria, we shouldn't break. Nigeria is one Nigeria. We are indivisible. We are in this. That is the nonsense we are hearing. So to me, I think sometimes when this type of thing is good for this type of thing to happen, I wish my wife's voice will go far. Let him hear it and know that the people he's speaking to, we are not fools. He's coming out now to come and blame Tinubu. If care is not taken, these are the people that ganged up to come and impose Tinubu on Nigeria. These are the people, because ordinarily the Southerners know that APC is not going anywhere. We all are aware that APC messed up the country. So after 8 years of Buhari and nepotism, now he's still telling you that every appointment is Southwest. I mean, yes, which is true, and I don't like it. But you people started it during Buhari's time. You people, this is what you planted. Their aim is to use Kazim Shettima to replace Tinubu. Then that we see them and coming to say Nigeria should know we have to move forward. They will come up. No, all this nonsense, it won't work. It won't work anymore. So Dr. Osman Bugaje, we know your likes. You are not going to fool us. You can fool those you want to fool. not people like me, because I know your antecedent. I've known what you said. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth will speak. For you to stand up and then condemn the people of Bayelsa that their God-given resource does not belong to them, it belongs to a desert in Jigawa. Where does that happen? Okay, the oil they discovered in Gombe, does it belong to Oyo State or does it belong to Ogun State? Can you say that the oil in Gombe, they've discovered crude oil there, does it belong to one type of Enugu State? So these are some of the things that are really the fun. That's why when we come here, I want people to listen to our analysis. It's not enough. We don't go by headline. If you go by headline, you'll get deceived. People should be able to let you know why certain things are happening. They are afraid in the north because the Tinubu they put in, one, he's even messing up. Secondly, they never knew that this certificate issue will come up the way it's coming up. And they thought that Obi is a person they can brush aside, maybe use money to settle him or something like that. And most importantly, Obi is so clean that if you dig into his past, he will come out cleaner. So there's nothing you are going to do to him. He's so clean, not even a shishi you can pin on him. Not even not even a debt, not even the tiniest of it you can pin on Obi because he's so clean. That is what baffled them, and everybody is aggregating towards them. Now look at the other man, the Babachiri Lawal, who came out to come and speak and they stood his ground. He's from the north. He is the real antithesis of these people. He came out to say Obi won. Imagine since all these things are happening, everybody just saying INEC, INEC, go Supreme Court. So you see, we know the truth, but they don't want to say it. They feel that they want to hold Nigeria hostage. It cannot
Dr.
work. And
is it today that Babache Lawal good? I mean, greetings to everybody. Protocol duly observed. Is it today that Babache know that Peter Obi won the election?
no, but then maybe he felt they want to take his pound of flesh on certain things. Everybody knows, but something is playing out. If you notice, all these things is like being a southern affair since when this thing happened, even before the tribunal gave their kangaroo judgment. They know. But now, for this man to, these are the Arewa consultative.
Yeah, because they are also feeling the heat. They are feeling the renewed shaggy.
Exactly. The rating is not working the way they planned out. Now it's coming to tell us. Even if you want to hand over to Yoruba, can't you go and look for a nice person? If they really mean it. There are people you look, they just brought this point. They think that when they put in there, before you know it, they will use one thing or the other. Maybe hit the health problem. If the health problem didn't work, this type of thing. But they never knew it will balloon like this, and then the economy will just crumble the way it is. Look, I think I've stopped taking a betting that the dollar will exchange for 2,000 naira before the end of the year. I've stopped taking a betting. I don't want to bet with it because I will win. $1 to 2,000 naira by December 25th, it will happen. Even before then,
December is too far. December is too far.
So what are we talking? Maybe a pound will be heading towards 3,000 by December 31st. So what really are we talking? That is the mess Nigeria is now. He's now talking because it's affecting them. Now people are talking. Do you know even the INEC? What they are doing in INEC is just to say, even Mahmoud will just say he resign. They are covering their faces. They've done the job, but they don't know how to go. So they're not using it the word contract. If it's a awarding contract, let them go and investigate the contract. It's not for you to tell him to resign. It's not. If they let them go and investigate the contract, but they're using it. Oh, he awards contract that benefits him. He doesn't organize staff welfare. Which kind of staff welfare? What nonsense. He was put there to rig Tinubu in, and they did it perfectly well, thinking that we wouldn't know. In the end, it's now haunting them, and everybody is just talking of this. Why is it that the economy is crumbling? So please, NAIJA Watch, I think this type of news, that is the perspective we bring here. We don't just read the headline, what people must have seen. We have to think tell them what they must have not thought, so that the thing will balance. You know exactly where they're heading to. What they should have asked Bugaje was, does the oil in Jigawa now, oil in Bayelsa, does it still belong to Jigawa State? Let him answer. And this is a type of people you listen to. He's calling for consensus. Which consensus are you calling? Which consensus? He said if it is him, it won't happen, he will do it. These are the real enemies of the country. People like this, these are the real people. Why the North is underdeveloped? You can't give them education. You leave Almajiri. You use them to rig election, unleash them on the people, promise them. Maybe if somebody talks now, he said the oil we have in Niger Delta. How can you be okay? In fact, maybe just one month. There this thing. What? Let me leave on this clincher. There's this thing that came out. Is it from I don't know. Is it the Bureau of Statistics in Nigeria that brings it? Do you know that Bayelsa is competing with Sokoto State as the poorest state in Nigeria? Can anybody believe that? Bayelsa, if you see this thing, Bayelsa was competing. Ebonyi State, because of economic management, is one of the top 5. Ebonyi, Anambra, Rivers, and Lagos, and I think Ogun State. They are the top 5. Or is it Kaduna? Maybe, I think, something like that. Anambra is among them. Bayelsa is towards the last. Bayelsa and Sokoto are competing. But Bayelsa has crude oil. Bayelsa has crude oil. Ebonyi has no crude oil. That is, I mean, people from Niger Delta should think. They should reason. Bayelsa is among the poorest states in Nigeria. Yet everywhere is crude oil in Bayelsa. Oil theft. Where is it happening? Somewhere around Bayelsa Coast. Yenegua, they steal the oil. Who are those stealing it? Those in power. Who owns the oil well? Those in the north. In fact, I'm looking for a biography of Pa Edwin Clark. I will soon get it. The man said it's only Lulu Briggs. He mentioned the name Lulu. Chief Lulu Briggs, maybe from Rivers, I don't know. He said he is the only person having oil well in the whole of those delta. He said the rest belong to the north. Imagine somebody putting it down in his biography. You know what? That's why he called the biography brutally frank. Frank means honest. He said brutally. It doesn't care. At the age of 95, 96, he's not afraid to die. So that's what we are saying. Now, look at where Bayelsa is. I want people to think, how can Bayelsa be towards the poorest? Look at where Bayelsa is. Yet, some states that are even in the desert, I mean, that are landlocked or whatever, like Ebonyi, are doing better. Why? Does it mean that the money from Bayelsa is taken by Ebonyi State? No. But you go to Kaduna, you see everything. So I want people to reason. Forget about we are doing one Nigeria, because if you do not understand the political makeup of Nigeria, you can be discussing in vain. You may not know what to say. But if you understand these undercurrents, you know exactly where Nigeria is headed. These are the real enemies of Nigeria. But let me yield here for others to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you, Oga CM, for your wonderful submission.